Hello everyone, and welcome back to mountmoontcg. So if you have noticed that lately we haven't been posting a whole lot of videos, don't worry, that's only a temporary pause in the action. We will be planning some videos coming up very shortly here. Just been very busy with life. Recently decided to start doing theater again. Currently in a community theater production of Sweeney Todd, which will be ending very shortly, and that takes up a whole lot of time. So it's hard to meet with Chris and Tim for the Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness playthroughs and stuff like that. So I know that hasn't been on in a couple of weeks. Recording will start very shortly for that, so hopefully we can get those videos out to you guys as soon as possible, as well as some other videos. Like a video that we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about what I think are going to be the 10 best cards from the upcoming set Phantasmal Flames. So look out for those videos. They will be coming out shortly. Do apologize. Just life gets hectic sometimes. Get done with work, do a couple of chores, eat, go right to rehearsal. So my days have been kind of swamped the past month or so. And I know, life does happen. It gets in the way of things you want to do. But we will get to these videos, get more videos out in the future. So please stay tuned and be patient with us. So, like I said, Phantasmal Flames is coming to the Pokemon trading card game. It will be released here in the United States November 14th. And right about now, pre-releases are happening. So go to a local pre-release. Get your hands on the cards pretty early before the set comes out. Like I said, November 14th. However, there was the Mega Gengar and Mega Diancie battle decks. They came out like a couple of weeks ago. I know they're kind of hard to find right now, unless you want to pay like $40 or $50 for them online, which I don't recommend doing. These cards will be out very shortly, so just be patient. Hopefully you can snag some really cool Phantasmal Flames product. So anyhow, let's start with what I think are the 10 best cards from Phantasmal Flames. And we're going to start with, now these translations are coming from Pokebeach.com. The names might be a little bit wrong, but you'll get the concept of what these cards do. They should be correct translations, but here we go. So coming in at number 10, we got Heat Burner. I believe it's technically called Blowtorch or something like that. But anyhow, an item card where it says you must discard one basic fire energy card from your hand in order to play this card. You choose a Pokemon tool, special energy, or stadium card in your opponent has in play and discard it. As the name Phantasmal Flames suggests, there's going to be a lot of help for fire types in this set. We will get to some more of those cards later down the line. But anyhow, this is a really great utility card. You discard a fire energy card from your hand. Basic fire, excuse me. Discard a tool, a special energy stadium card that can be very annoying. I know currently we have things like Tool Scrapper to get rid of tools. We have Enhanced Hammer to get rid of special energy. And we have, there's stadium cards, obviously. But there's ways to discard stadium cards as well. And a card that says you can discard any one of those of your choosing for discarding a fire energy, it's a pretty darn good effect. And like I said, fire is going to be at least pretty decent going forward. I know this could go great in a Ceruledge deck, which you want to discard a bunch of fire energy to boost up the Ceruledge's attack. So this could be really good in that. Discard, those special energies like Legacy Energy, and a bunch of other energy cards that can be really annoying. So we're going to put Heat Burner in at number 10. And then coming up next at number 9, we have Megalopony EX. A Stage 1, 330 HP Mega Pokemon. The first attack, Gale Thrust, 60 plus. If this Pokemon moved from your bench to the active spot this turn, this attack does 170 more damage. This might remind a lot of players of Golisopod EX, where if it was on the bench, put into the active, it does It does a bunch more damage. It's very similar here. It's only 1 energy, where you could be doing 230 damage. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Strike Hopper for 2, colorless energy, 160. The attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this can hit through things like Mimikyu, can hit through the Crustle that has those abilities where like EXs can't attack them and things like that. Spike Hopper goes right through those pesky Pokemon. So this could be really good in a deck that has problems with those certain types of Pokemon. This is a pretty splashable, 1/1 line you could put into a lot of Mega Evolution decks. This could be very interesting. I don't know how much play it's going to see. Weakness to fighting, it depends on if Mega Lucario becomes a big part of the format going forward. We'll have to wait and see. Do keep an eye out for that. But Mega Lopunny, very interesting to see where Mega Lopunny goes from here forward. But I mean, 1 energy could do 230, move from bench to the active, and there's easy ways to retreat Pokemon nowadays. So, Mega Lopunny here at number 9. Next up at number 8, we have Moltres. Now here is some firepower that we're talking about. I don't like that either. Okay. Next up at number 8, we have Moltres. And now we're going to be playing with some fire. Moltres is a basic Pokemon with the attack Fighting Wings for 1 fire energy, 20 plus, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 90 more damage. So one of the more popular Pokemon right now is Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, which is a grass type. So if you're hitting a Teal Mask Ogerpon with this attack, 20 plus 90 is 110 damage. Times 2 is 220. So unless they have something like a Bravery Charm or something on it to increase their HP, yeah, this is knocking that out. And we all know Teal Mask Ogerpon is one of the more popular Pokemon in the standard format right now. It sees play with Raging Bolt, sees play in some of these Grass, Meganium, Mega Venusaur, Dex, Hydrapple, sees play in some of these Terra Box. I shouldn't say some. It sees play in Terra Box, Dex. So yeah, pretty interesting. It's also a 1-prizer that can do a bit of damage to like maybe a pesky like Mega Pokemon EX that you just need to soften up to take out next turn. So Moltres, not a bad Pokemon. Could be, a relevant Pokemon going forward. It's a very splashable card too. If you're playing, if you're playing like a Prism Energy or a Luminous Energy, or this is very splashable in some decks if you need help taking out some pesky Pokemon. So Moltres is here at number 8. Next up at number 7, we have Wondrous Patch, an item card that we've seen a similar effect to this in the past. Attach a basic Psychic Energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Psychic Pokemon. We've seen this before. We have seen this with like Metal Saucer, Dark Patch, Aqua Patch. So many different patches to name of. But yeah, it's just another similar patch for this specific type of energy card in the format. It could get seen play in some Psychic decks after Gardevoir EX rotates out of the format next year. Could maybe see play in Rocket's Mewtwo EX. I do like some Rocket's Mewtwo. This just opens up possibilities for Psychic Pokemon after Gardevoir rotates. Hooray! More Psychic Hope for Gardevoir! Everybody loves that. And we're not done with that. What? I didn't say anything. Anyhow, a lot of these patches have seen play multiple times, and I don't see any other reason why Wondrous Patch shouldn't be any different. But yeah, Wondrous Patch here at number 7. Next up at number 6, it's your boy. It's Mega Gengar EX. Very happy that Mega Gengar EX is in the Pokemon trading card game again. I do love me some Mega Gengar. It's got the ability Shadow Hiding. Whenever one of your Darkness Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon EX, your opponent takes one less prize card. This effect does not stack. So that means if your Mega Gengar EX is knocked out by, let's say, a Goldango EX, because Goldango can one-shot pretty much anything it wants to. So, if Mega Gengar is knocked out by a Goldango EX, your opponent takes 2 prize cards instead of 3 because Mega Gengar is a Mega. The Shadow Hiding ability activates because it's knocked out. So yeah, they take 1 less prize card. If you're playing some some 1 prize Pokemon, let's just say like a baby Roaring Moon, for argument's sake. So if your opponent knocks that out with a Pokemon EX, they don't take a prize card. Pretty interesting. And I do have good faith that there is going to be at least a 1 prize Pokemon in Mega Gengar decks that your opponent might want to get rid of. We might talk about that a little bit later. But anyhow, if they knock that 1 prize out, they don't take any prize cards. Do keep in mind it has to be an EX that knocks out that Darkness Pokemon. Also, if you're playing, like, let's say Monkey Dory in these Gengar decks, I don't know if you will, or what have you, whatnot. If they knock out any other Pokemon that's non-Darkness, they still take the full prize cards for knocking out that non-Dark Pokemon. So do keep that in mind. The Pokemon EX has to knock it out, and it has to be a Darkness Pokemon that gets knocked out by said EX for this ability to trigger. The attack for 2 Darkness Energy, 230, move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. A bit of energy conservation there in case it gets knocked out. 230, not bad for 2 energy. Could be a lot better, could be a lot worse. But hey, the ability is pretty fun and interesting. And I'm definitely going to be playtesting this deck in the weeks to come. So Mega Gengar here at number 6. Coming in next at number 5, we have Mega Charizard X EX. Oh boy, now we're getting to the fun stuff, everybody. Mega Charizard X EX. For 2 fire energy, discard any amount of fire energy from among your Pokemon, and this attack does 90 damage for each card you discarded in this way. Oh yeah, there's a big beefy Charizard that you could, Mega Charizard EX, you can just pop into your regular Charizard EX decks to do a lot of damage if you really wanted to. Okay, let's get to why this card can be really good. So, besides, having the Blowtorch that you can discard things if you discard an energy, and the Moltres, there's also a card in this format called Fire Breather, which it's a supporter card that you can grab 7 basic fire energy from your deck, put it into your hand. But you're saying, Hunter, how are you going to attach all those energy to your Pokemon in play? It's Oricorio EX. A basic Pokemon with the ability Excited Turbo as often as you like during a turn. If you have any Fire Mega Evolution Pokemon EX in play, which Mega Charizard X EX is, you may use this ability. Attach a basic Fire Energy card from your hand to one of your benched Fire Pokemon. Do you see where I'm going with this? So you'll have your Mega Charizard X EX in play. You'll have your Oricorio EX in play, which is a basic that you can get with like a Nest Ball or something like that. And play your Fire Breather, get your 7 Fire Energy, and you can just attach them and Charizard do big damage. So this is going to be a fun, interesting deck going forward. Yeah, you don't need Emboar, which would be another stage 2, and attaches as many fire energy as you like. No, you just got Oricorio. It's a basic that does the same thing Emboar does, basically. You need a stage 2 anyhow. And Charizard's the attacker instead of Emboar just kind of sitting there. So, yeah, this is seeing a little bit of play in Japan. It's a big tanky Pokemon that can do a lot of damage. This can one-shot anything. If you got those 7 fire energy in play that you get with the Fire Breather, let's see, 7 times 90. Let's do some math on that. A lot. That's all I'm going to say. A lot. 630 damage. So if you have a Mega Venusaur, if it wasn't weak to fire or anything, a Mega Venusaur with a Hero's Cape, it's just, it's gone. It's disintegrated. It's donezo. You're done. You lose. Good day. This Charizard's powerful. This Charizard is really, really powerful. We'll see how well it does, but the potential is there. So Charizard, with the Oricorio, is here at number 5. Next up at number 4, we have Mega Diancie EX, another Mega Pokemon, the last Mega Pokemon on this list, by the way. And goody, it's a Psychic type. It helps Gardevoir. Yay! Because we're not sick of Gardevoir, are we? Are we, kids? No. Gardevoir got another tool to play with. Mega Diancie EX. It's a Psychic Pokemon. It's a basic with 270 HP. It's got the ability Diamond Coat. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. Okay. For 2 Psychic, Garland Ray, 120 damage. Discard up to 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 damage for each energy card discarded in this way. So 240 damage could be enough to knock out, a basic Pokemon EX, non-Mega, that you need to take the last couple of prize cards to win the game. But yeah, it's basically on here because it gives Gardevoir another toy to play with. Yep, so it's going to be in a lot of winning decks going forward. It's in a bunch of winning decks in Japan. I don't even know if I've seen the Jellicent version anymore because of, or the Mega Gardevoir version because of this Diancie. I think it's just basically the Gardevoir with this Mega Diancie. No Mega Gardevoir, no Jellicent. It's kind of that version of, I think, is pretty much taken over. So I think by that understanding, it's got to be a top 4 card at least, right? But yep, number 4. Let's just move on. I'm just sick of Psychic. I'm sick of Psychic stuff being good right now. Let's move on. All right, number 3. We have Dawn. Dawn is a supporter card that states search your deck for a basic Pokemon, a Stage 1 Pokemon, and a Stage 2 Pokemon. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck. We have a lot of supporter cards right now that get a combination of either basic Pokemon or evolution Pokemon. Like we have the Brock that can get 2 basics or 1 evolution Pokemon. We have the Jacques that gets 2 evolution Pokemon. We have cards that get different Pokemon and either a tool or an item or an energy. Da-da-da-da-da. But Dawn gets 1 of each. So if you're playing like a Dragapult deck, this can get you your Dreepy, your Dracloak, and your Dragapult EX. And you got stuff to work with. If you're playing a grass deck with the stadium in play where you can just evolve your grass Pokemon, oh look, this just gets your Meganium line. And you just go boop. Or your Venusaur line, boop. Your Hydrapple line, boop. This could be a very good and interesting card going forward. Very interesting to see how many, if they play this instead of like the Brock or the Hilda or the other thing, the Jacques. It's going to be very interesting to see how much play this sees. Considering there's so many supporter cards that find either a way to find a Pokemon or a couple of Pokemon or... Yeah, we're kind of moving forward to a lot of supporter cards, doing a lot of fun and interesting things. And I think Dawn could be very interesting. So Dawn here at number 3. Number 2, we have Battle Coliseum. And you know how we were just talking about Dragapult? This can kind of hurt Dragapult a little bit, because it is a stadium card that states prevent all damage counters from being placed on benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. by the effects of attacks and abilities from their opponent's Pokemon. Damage is not an effect, it's damage counters, so keep that in mind. So, you know how people are running Psyduck and things right now, and Psyduck is like a $10 card and it's a promo card, a little bit hard to find. This kind of does similar to pretty much the same thing. So if your opponent is playing like a Dragapult, Dusclops, Dusknoir deck, this just kind of stops that because it prevents them from putting the 6 damage counters with the Dragapult onto your bench. It can prevent their Dusknoir from placing their damage counters when they knock themselves out onto your bench Pokemon. It still works on the active Pokemon, so they can still knock themselves out and put their butt ton of damage counters on your active Pokemon to knock it out. The bad part about this stadium card is it's a stadium card. It's easy to bump. We've got the Blowtorch. We've got, stadium cards. There's a lot of good stadium cards right now that you can just bump this out. And they're full game. Damage counters are full game again. But this does fill a hole that was needed in the trading card game, where Dusknoir could be a bit of a butt. Dragapult can be a bit of a butt. So this also can stop the Monkey Dories from moving their 3 damage counters, placing that onto your benched Pokemon. I believe it is damage counters. It moves 3 damage counters from it to a Pokemon. Yeah. So I think it still stops that. I'd have to look at the wording. But this fills a need that we desperately needed. If you can't get your hands on Psyduck, maybe this card will fit nicely in your deck. And you don't have to find a bench spot for it. How nice. So Battle Coliseum here at number 2. And at number 1, the card I think is the best card from Phantasmal Flames is Toxtricity. Toxtricity is a Stage 1 Pokemon with the ability Bad Upper. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for 1 basic Darkness Energy and attach it to one of your benched Darkness Pokemon. If you do, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. This is Energy Acceleration from the deck to your bench Dark Pokemon. So it's not like the Eels where it has to be discarded already. No, this just finds it and attaches it to a bench Pokemon. You do put damage counters on it, but there's ways to work around that. This is really good. This can help those Mega Gengar decks. This could be good in, say, you're playing maybe I don't know. This could help find energies for your Roaring Moon or something, or any other Darkness Pokemon that has like 3 or 4 Darkness energy attached to it. Maybe could work with Hydreigon EX. I don't know. There's a lot of potential in this card. This can make a lot of Darkness Pokemon relevant. And, also not to mention you're running Darkness energy anyhow. You can play Monkey Dory and cards like this, so you can attach your you can use the ability to attach a Darkness energy to a bench Pokemon from the deck, put your 2 damage counters on it. Your Monkey Dory with your Darkness energy on it can then move the damage counters to your opponent's side of the field. There's a lot of fun things you can do with this, and if you have the Mega Gengar in play and this gets knocked up by an EX, they don't take any prize cards. There's a lot of potential here. And Dark moving forward makes me happy. I love Darkness Pokemon. Love Darkrai. Too bad there's not really a good Darkrai right now. But Mega Gengar is the Darkness Pokemon in this format. That makes me happy. But let me know what you guys think of this of my list. What do you agree with? What don't you disagree with? Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I said, there will be videos. There'll be more videos coming out shortly. Just be patient. Just been a hectic month and a half for me. I'll try my best to get more videos out to you guys as soon as possible. And remember, the set comes out November 14th. So, and pre-releases are going right now. So go check those out if you can. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, And be sure to join us for some more awesome perks right here on Mount Moon TCG.